Hi everyone, so happy to see you again in our Mockitt Redesign series. I'm Arash Ahadzadeh, and in the last video, we have created a simple and minimal homepage of the Facebook app. And today, we are going to redesign another page of Facebook app, the media page. If you look at the current interface, you can easily notice that the content provided in this section is not categorized properly, and it's easy to get lost. So in this project, we are going to redesign the media screen and improve its usability to a great extent. Are you ready? Let's get started. Alright, this is the project that we have created in the previous video, and this is the homepage that we've designed for the Facebook app. In this video, we are gonna add one more screen to this project, and that is the media screen, okay? As you can see, we've already created the tabs. Okay, we have home, media, post, and menu, okay? And we are going to design the media screen. Without further ado, let's get started. First things first, I'm gonna go ahead and create a new screen. So instead of adding a new screen, I'm gonna go ahead and duplicate this home page, okay? Because we are going to use some of the elements that we already created and we don't want to recreate them. So I'm gonna hover over this three-dot icon and let me click on duplicate. Now I can change its name to media. Alright, so what do we need for this media screen? For the media screen, we want to keep the search bar, the logo, and the status bar. And instead of stories, okay, let me go ahead and remove these stories and these posts. We don't need them. Like that. Here we are going to create some categories, okay? We need to have the sort with some tags, then we need to have the trending category, then we need to have the recommended category, and last but not least, we need to design the others category, which includes video posts. So let's start with changing this stories text layer. I'm gonna change it to sort. Like that. And then we need to create some tags, okay? So in order to create a tag, I'm gonna need a rectangle. Let me go ahead and choose a rectangle, drag and drop it like this, and I'm gonna modify its dimension, okay? So let me set the width to 52 pixels and the height to 28 pixels, like that. I don't need the stroke, so I'm gonna uncheck that from the appearance section, and let me make it completely rounded, like that, okay? Then I'm gonna modify the fill, so let me change the color code to F1, F1, and F1 to get this light gray, okay? But I'm gonna make it completely rounded. So I'm gonna set the corner radius amount to 30. Perfect. Let me zoom in. Then I'm gonna need a text layer. So let me hit T on my keyboard and click to create a new text layer. And I'm gonna write art, okay? This is gonna be our first tag. Alright, the font size is gonna be 14 points. It's gonna be regular. The only thing I'm gonna change is its color. So let me modify the color code to 8A, 92, and A1. Amazing. Now I'm gonna select both of them. So hold down the shift key on your keyboard and click on both of them. And then I can align them horizontally and vertically like that. Now it's time to group them. So I'm gonna again select both of them and hit Command G or Control G on your keyboard. Let me rename it to tag. Alright, perfect. Now it's time to check the margin. If I hold down the Option or Alt key on my keyboard, I can see that the left margin is set to 14, but it's gonna be 24 pixels like that. And the top margin is gonna be 16 pixels like this. Perfect. Now it's time to create other tags. So I'm gonna duplicate it, hit Command D or Control D. I'm gonna put it next to our previous tag and let me modify the title to music. Then I'm gonna select this rectangle and enlarge it. Okay, so increase the width to 71 pixels like that. Then I'm gonna duplicate it once again. Let's move it up. And make sure to maintain a 4 pixel padding between them, okay? Perfect. And this one is gonna be comedy. Alright, I'm gonna select the rectangle and let me increase the width to 84 pixels. And remember to align them once again. All right, I'm gonna create more tags. So let me fast forward this process. All right, and for the last one, I can hold down the Option key on my keyboard and press the 8 number 3 times to indicate that this is a more button. If it doesn't work for you, for example, if you're using Windows, you can head over to Google and search for bullet point, and you can simply look for a bullet point and select it, copy it, and then you can paste it over here like that. You will get the same result. So it's a very useful trick that you can use in your projects. All right, and then I'm gonna increase the letter spacing from the text section. Okay, let me increase it to 3 like that, and then I'm gonna move it to the right side. All right guys, our sort section is ready, and now we can move on to the trending section. For the trending section, we need to use a title, so I'm gonna select this sort title, duplicate it, Command D or Control D, move it down. Its top margin is gonna be 56 pixels like that. And let me change the text to trending. All right, so what do we need for the trending section? Here, we are gonna use a carousel. So if I head over to the built-in section and then drag and drop a carousel like that, we could use this cool pre-built element of Mockitt. Okay, it's very useful. All right, its top margin is gonna be 16 pixels. Its left margin is gonna be 24 pixels. Like that, and the right margin is gonna be 24 pixels as well. However, first I'm gonna go ahead and modify the width to 342 pixels like that, and the height to 230 pixels. All right, everything looks great. So what does this carousel do? Actually, it functions like a slider. And if you head over to the carousel assets here, you can see that we can choose some images from our computer or from our library, okay? It's totally up to you. And as you can see, there is an event already built for each of these images. I will dive into it later, but for now, let's just focus on the content. There are some settings that you can modify here. For example, as you can see, we have these pointers, okay? We can turn it off, and we can also disable the autoplay. Now I'm gonna double click on the first image, and let me go to the trending folder. I already prepared 3 different cards, or let's say 3 different images for this section, okay? Because right now the only thing you are able to use in your carousel is an image, okay? So once we use an image, we cannot put more content on it. So this is the reason that I created these cards with some content already, and I just import it here to create a professional prototype. So from the trending folder, I'm gonna choose image 1. There we go. We have home design section, and then we have the number of views like that. Then I'm gonna double click on the second image, and let me choose image 2. You're not able to see that now, but once we preview it, it's visible. Let me add one more image, and I'm gonna add image 3. All right, but what's happening here? We cannot see anything. You're right, because this is a carousel, okay? In order to see how it functions, we need to hit the preview button in the toolbar, and now we can easily move these images like that. And also, if you enable the autoplay, let me show you how it works. They move automatically. But this is not what we want, so I'm gonna disable it. Now let me show you how these events work. Suppose that you want to create another page for this home design category, and when the users click on this card, you want them to be redirected to that particular page. Okay, this is how an application works. So if you head over to the carousel assets section, you can see at the top right corner of each image, there is this Thunderbolt icon. If I click on that, you can see carousel link. And here we have an event. We can choose the action. I'm gonna choose go to screen, and I'm gonna select the destination screen. Let's set it to, for example, homepage. It doesn't make sense, but I just wanna show you how it works. And I don't wanna touch anything else. Let me preview it once again. And if I click on this first card, I will be redirected to the homepage. Isn't it cool? Let me try it once again. There we go. So this is how you can take advantage of all the features of the Mockitt app, okay? All right, let me remove that event. We don't need that. I'm gonna hit the delete button. Perfect. The next section is gonna be the recommended section. So I'm gonna select the cursor, hold down the shift key and click on trending to select both of them, duplicate them, hit Command D or Control D and move them down. Its top margin is gonna be 56 pixels, like that, okay? Let me rename trending to recommended. Perfect. And now it's time to change our cards. So I'm gonna double click on the first card and let me go to the recommended folder and I'm gonna choose image 4. Then I'm gonna double click on the second card. Let me choose image 5. And finally, I'm gonna choose image 6 for the third card. And now let me preview that. Can you see these animations? The reason we have this animation is that we duplicated the home page, okay? And we already added the animation to these text layers. As you can see, we have the sliding left animation. You can modify them as you wish. So by creating these categories, we can improve the usability of the media page, because right now when you open up the media screen on Facebook's app, you will see all the posts and it's overwhelming. So just by adding these categories, we can simplify the way users interact with the application, and it is so important. All right, our recommended section is also ready. One thing I'm going to address here is the spacing between these tags, okay? As you remember, we set a 4 pixel padding between them. I'm going to increase this padding to 8 pixels to let the design breathe. So let me go ahead and do that quickly. Perfect. It looks much better now. All right, so what's the next step? The next section is the other section, okay? So once again, I'm gonna select the recommended text layer. I'm gonna duplicate it, Command D or Control D. I'm gonna move it down. The top margin is gonna be 56 pixels, and let me change it to others, okay? This section includes some video posts. Unlike the home page that we had some images, here we're gonna have some video posts, okay? But the structure of these posts is gonna be the same as the structure of our posts in the home page. So what I'm gonna do here is select one of these posts in the home page. I'm gonna copy it, Command C or Control C. Then I'm gonna head over to the media screen and let me paste it here. Perfect. Its top margin is gonna be 16 pixels, like that. I'm gonna remove the image and this rectangle, and let me move the user's information down here and change the color to white. Perfect. Their left padding is gonna be 24 pixels, and their bottom padding is gonna be 24 pixels as well. Like that. The next thing I'm gonna do is change the image, okay? Because this is a video, so I'm gonna select the image from my layers list and let me open up the library. I'm gonna go to the videos folder and choose video 1. Perfect. And I'm gonna decrease the height to 270 pixels. Then let me select the text layers and move them up. And also this part, I'm gonna move it up. Amazing. So what do we need for our video post? Basically, the only thing we need to add here is a play icon, okay? So I'm gonna go to the icon section and let's look for play. I think this one looks great. From Font Awesome 5. I'm gonna drag and drop it into my canvas and let me modify its color to white. And also, I'm gonna increase its width and height to 56 pixels. Amazing. In order to make it look better, I'm gonna add another circle right behind this icon, okay? So let me drag and drop a circle like this. I'm gonna uncheck the stroke and let me set the width and height to 76 pixels by 76 pixels, like this. And I'm gonna put it behind our play icon. However, since their color is white, you cannot see the play icon. This is why I'm gonna decrease the opacity of this white circle to 20%. Perfect. This is the result I was looking for. The only thing I'm gonna do is put these two layers inside this group. Now I'm gonna duplicate it, and as you can see, we don't have so much room to work with. So we need to increase the height of our artboard. Let's go ahead and select the media screen, and I'm gonna increase the height to 1725, like that. Keep in mind that we should increase the height of our white background as well, like this. And we should move our tab bar to the bottom of the screen. There it is. I'm gonna move it down. All right, perfect. Now we can move this second video post down a little bit, and its top margin is gonna be 32 pixels. Okay, let me double click on this image and I'm gonna go to the library and choose video 2. Ta-da! Our second video post is also ready. However, let me go ahead and change the name of the user here to John Smith and the account to John Smith as well. And there is one more thing that we should add to these video posts, and that is the number of views, okay? Like the one that we use for the trending and recommended cards, okay? So I'm gonna create a text layer, hit the T key on your keyboard and create a text layer. I'm gonna write 3.2K and then views. Let me make it white. The font size is gonna be 14 points. However, I'm gonna make it light 300 and its bottom padding is gonna be 24 pixels and its right padding is gonna be 24 pixels as well. I'm gonna duplicate it, move it down. Let me modify the number to 5.8K and make sure to put this text layer inside the correct group, because right now these layers are not inside any group. So I'm gonna move this down and put it inside this group and the other one to this group. All right, so I'm gonna select both these images and align them horizontally, and I'm gonna make sure to modify the left padding of these text layers. Okay, we should get a 24 pixel left padding, and the same thing should apply to these text layers. All right, cool. Now it's time to preview our design. Let me preview it. All right, everything works as expected, but we have one problem. As you can see, our tab bar is behind these posts, and this is not right. So let's go ahead and fix that quickly. I'm gonna go ahead and look for our tab bar. There it is. Let me move it up in the layers list and let's preview it once again. Now it's correct. The last thing we need to do is add some animations to our elements, okay? For example, to these tags and these cards. First, I'm gonna go ahead and select all these tags like that. And then let's head over to the animation section on the right side. And here I'm gonna choose fade in. All right, let me preview it. Amazing. The duration should be less, so let's modify that. I'm gonna select all of them and let me decrease the duration to 500 milliseconds. It looks much better. But what about these carousels? Can we add animation to those as well? Let's check it out. If I select this carousel, you can see that on the right side, the animation section is no longer available. So we cannot add an animation to a carousel, except we can. I'm going to show you a very cool trick to add an animation to a carousel. To do that, the only thing we need to do is create a group. So let me drag and drop a rectangle into my canvas like that. And then I'm gonna enlarge it to fit our carousel card like this. Then I'm gonna uncheck fill and stroke to make it completely invisible. Now I'm gonna select this rectangle and the carousel together. So let me find it, there we go. And hit Command G or Control G on your keyboard to create a group. And now on the right side, you can see that the animation section is available now. And we can go ahead and choose, for example, fade in. The duration is gonna be 1000 milliseconds. That's fine. And now let's preview our app. There we go. Can you see how beautiful it is? The only problem here is that our carousel is not working anymore. How can we fix that? We can easily fix that by reordering our layers, okay? So in this group, this rectangle is placed on top of this carousel. If I move it down like this and preview it, we have the animation, and now our carousel is working. So let's preview it once again. Amazing. As you can see, our media page is ready, but it's not connected to our home page, okay? So the tab bar doesn't work properly. Let's go ahead and make it work. I'm gonna head over to the home page and let me move down to find the tab bar. And here we have the media tab. So if I double click on this icon, I can click and drag this Thunderbolt icon and connect it to our media page. Since we are in the media page, this media tab should be blue and this home tab should be dark gray. So let's copy the color code of this home page from the color section and I'm gonna paste it for the media tab. There we go. And we need to make that home tab gray like this. And one more thing here is that we should connect this home tab to the home page screen. I'm going to double click on this icon and drag and drop this Thunderbolt icon to create an event, and we are ready to go. Let me preview it. All right, now we are in the home page and I can go to media page like this. That's amazing, isn't it? And I can go back to home page as well. All right, guys, that's all for our Facebook redesign episodes. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you have any questions, please feel free to leave your comment below. For the next video, we will explore Instagram redesign. Please stay tuned. Thanks for watching, and if you like this video, give us a thumbs up. If you want to watch more design tutorials, hit the subscribe button under this video. I'm Arash and looking forward to seeing you in the next episode. Bye-bye.